Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for me to be here with the 9th Women Directors in Turkey conference, virtually again, but I think this is a sign of our time, yet I hope that perhaps next year we can all meet in person. Let me first convey my thanks and appreciation to the Independent Women Directors Project and Sabancı University. Their excellent annual research on women on boards has been keeping the discussion on gender diversity in companies in Turkey alive and thriving. I'm also delighted, as we just heard, that this year's theme is on the power of data and reporting. Comprehensive, accurate, gender-related data provided by companies benefits us all. Most importantly, it can help us achieve better gender balance in workplaces. And that's not just a moral imperative, but it's really an economic one, especially in our post-COVID landscape. I think all of us here understand the impact that the pandemic has had on women. COVID-19 has worsened gender gaps and reversed decades of gains for women and girls in areas like human capital, economic empowerment, voice and agency. We've seen women have lost jobs at a higher rate than men during the crisis. Women entrepreneurs and small business owners have been more severely affected. And they're doing more unpaid work and care. So unsurprisingly, the levels of women in corporate leaderships have also stagnated in recent years. I recently saw the number, which really stayed with me, that in 2019, women held just 28% of managerial positions globally, and that is almost unchanged from 1995. So I think there's still a lot of work for all of us ahead of us. Yet more transparency and better data from companies are essential for formulating solutions to address these gaps. And it starts with establishing simple baseline figures on the situation of women in the economic sector. And then it continues with complex decision-making at the level of policymakers, companies, investors, and other stakeholders. And that is the only way to make a sound assessment of the situation and develop policies and actions to make a real difference. The fact that gender diversity and the participation of women in the workforce generate significant benefits for companies and economies is not a surprise to us anymore. Yet, it has still not translated into significant changes towards greater gender balance. Building and growing organizations in which both men and women can thrive takes more than, I want to pay lip service to the importance of gender diversity. So again, and I might repeat myself, I really cannot stress enough the importance that evidence and hard data play. And to measure progress in gender equality in corporate leadership and pinpoint where change is required, we need strong, robust data to be collected and reported. Ultimately, progress on gender diversity happens when companies have specific, well-designed, measured and monitored gender diversity strategies, driven by the board, by their chief executive, and the senior management team. And again, they can only do that if they have the right data at hand. We've also seen that more transparency translates into greater profitability. I found it interesting when I saw a recent study of 91 companies that are listed at the Spanish Stock Exchange, and that showed that disclosing gender equality policies had a positive and significant impact on their profitability. For us at IFC, as an institutional investor, disclosures about gender including on board and senior management diversity, and the related policies and practices are quite significant. We believe that what gets measured gets done. We ourselves at IFC have gender targets in our corporate goals, and we see gender as a part of our core development goals. For example, last year, in June 2021, globally, 54% of the board directors that IFC nominates to our own investee companies were 54% compared to 36% 2 years earlier. So as we set ourselves the goals and the targets, and we're very explicit about it, we see that this has helped very much make the effort and increase sort of this number. IFC is working with the private sector and international development partners to address the challenges women and women entrepreneurs face because of the COVID-19 crisis. One of the many ways we work with companies and partners in emerging markets to help narrow the leadership gender gap is through our Women on Boards and in Leadership program. So far, it's prepared over 500 highly qualified women in over 15 countries to engage. And I am delighted to announce that it will be launched in Turkey in April together with Sabancı University. Gender diversity isn't important because it's, I want to say, politically correct, or it's just another statistic that must be reported on. It's essential for economic growth and development. No country, no community or economy can achieve its potential or meet the complex challenges of the 21st century without the full and equal participation of women and men in the workforce. Thank you.